everyone, I'm Samaya. This is Andrew, Iad, Ted, Mithil, and Nick, and we are Team Mantis. So for our senior design project, we are developing the Intruder Deterrent system. So there are about 2.5 million burglaries happening in the United States every year, which is why home security systems are so important. However, traditional home security systems tend to be reactive rather than being proactive, which means their main function is to notify in case there is a burglary. However, our Intruder Deterrent system not only acts as a traditional home security system, but it also deters intruders with its object and motion detection and custom audio and visual feedback capabilities.
So we've broken down our project into 4 different subsystems. Our recording subsystem, which is worked on by myself and Mithil, intends to maintain a constant live video feed and transmit that live video feed over to our detection subsystem and our interface as well. Our detection system, worked on by Nick, takes that real-time video feed and performs real-time image processing data on it, looking for objects, detecting motion, and sending that that result over to our interface. Our interface, worked on by Sumaya and Iad, tends to take all that data and perform and create events out of that data, and at which point the user can then create different custom feedback. So if there is an intruder approaching the house, the lights can turn on, speakers can play the sounds of dogs, German shepherds, corgis, any kind of dog just barking. And then, based on that event data is sent over to our alarm subsystem, which is worked on by Ted, and then the alarm, based on the event data that it receives, triggers the feedback. Over the next few months, so our project is built on a Raspberry Pi 4, and we're using Python for our front-end and back-end development. And over the next few months, we are planning to fine-tune our project further. That way we can implement it into our final build.
Any questions?
Yeah, I mean, what makes you different? There are already products out there, including Ringo, that they can. I know they're charging for the real time stuff like that, but you can do the same thing. So, what's your differentiator, and also how do you tackle false positives? Let's say your own cat or dog moving around, stuff like that. So, 2 questions in one.
So the assumption is that the use case for this is when a homeowner is not at home, and the intruder knows this. They suspect the homeowner is not at home, and they would be deterred if they knew the homeowner was there. So if our system would turn on lights if they detected the intruder, and have the dogs bark, indicating that it's dangerous to go into the house. So it's not just about notifying when there's an intruder around. It's about making sure the intruder doesn't get into the house in the first place.
How do you know it's not the person that's walking up to their own house and an intruder?
So we're implementing some object detection and facial recognition libraries into this. Right now we have the motion detection as the minimum of our project right now, but there are other libraries that we're looking to implement.
Yeah, so for example, we're looking to implement a feature with GPS tracking. It will actually detect when you're not at your house, but you're approaching your house and you're actually going into your house. Chances are, if you're approaching your house and it detects a person walking around your house, that's probably you. It will still notify you that there's motion going on, but since you are moving away from your house to closer to your house, chances are it's you, and it won't be a high priority notification. Sorry about that.
No, go for it.
Another big differentiation is about the object detection too. So not only is it motion detection, it will also detect if there's any potential dangerous objects in the scene. For example, a crowbar used to break into your house, a knife, a weapon like a gun. It'll help identify those dangerous objects and say, hey, my guy doesn't own a gun. What's going on? Who has a gun outside of the house? And then it'll notify that.
All right, one last one.
Yeah. Are you guys going to randomize any of the sounds so it's not always the same sound? Maybe it's a 12-gauge shotgun pumping next time.
Yeah. All the audio and visual feedback are set by the end user, so it's going to transmit over to a central computer, and at which point the end user can view the live video feed and set their own custom feedback.
All right, let's thank the team.